How's it going, YouTube? And oh my god! What happened to my beard? It's gone! Well, sadly I had to cut it off because I am going to be taking a state test on Saturday, so I thought I need to shave this thing up, make it look a little bit better, because I don't want to be prejudged when I take my big old state test. So, cut it all off. And so, if you're new here, My Comic Life is a comic vlog that comes out Monday through Friday. And if you like somebody talking about comics on the daily, I am the place to be. And tonight, I am going... Oh yeah, also, I am doing a giveaway. I am... On Comicology, you're able to gift a comic. So, this week, I am gifting somebody one of three choices. Middle West issue number 1, Gunning for Hits issue number 1, and also our Aunt Agatha's Home for Wavy Rabbits issue number 1. Now, all these are great comics, and they're ones that I really want you guys to get into. So how do you guys get into it? Be a subscriber, hit the thumbs up button, and leave me a comment. Tonight's question that I'm asking is, what comic were you looking forward to, but it surpassed all your expectations? Like with me, it's Red Sonja. So last night I go and read a couple comics. I read Astro Hustle issue number 1, Obey Me issue number 0, $6 Million Man issue number 1, and Red Sonja issue number 2. So what I love to do is I love to try out new comics, new number 1s from the independent labels. A lot of times they can be bad, they can be good, and it's just me just trying to say, hey, do I want to continue on? And Red Sonja was one of those books. Last month, this book blew my mind. The storyline has been Red Sonja goes to her hometown, or her homeland, and she finds out that there's this empire that's taking over all of the land. And she knows that her city could possibly be next. So she goes over there, and she finds out that that the priests or the people that run the government over there knows that this emperor's coming. So they tell Red Sonja, congratulations, you are the princess of this of our lands. And then the emperor's speaker comes to her new land and says, my emperor's coming, and either you come be a part of us, or we're gonna run you over and take you over by force. So Red Sonja tells him, no, get out of here. But the sad thing is, though, is that the land that she's now running, it is a poor land. It is a land that nobody has anything really of value. The emperor just knows that there is a prophecy that if he stops building his empire, he stops moving forward, he is going to die. And the thing I like about this comic is that it focuses a portion of his book on the emperor, and especially in the second issue, it starts off with this emperor, and you find out that there's a little bit more to him than just a generic emperor just going and building his land. You get to see him interacting with his wife and with his son. There's a really cool part where the son is like, Dad, I hope you come back, because I know you will. But the emperor gives his son this rope, and he says, with each and every day, unloop one of these knots that I have in here. And at the 60th day, if I'm not back, you know I'm dead. And he looks at his wife and he says to his son, and just know that whoever your mother marries, that sibling of that person, or the sibling you'll have next, will try to kill you because they know you're first in line. So it's setting up all this really cool little subplots going on. And then you got Sonja preparing her forces, and they're going out, and she asks, like, how much money do we have? And you find out that they have nothing. They only have this golden key to open up the vault that has nothing. And the art in here, it's really well done. And I thought that this would be a lot of TNA, but no. You get some real character growth from our main character of Red Sonja. And you get to see her, I think it's her cousin, and him telling his little backstory. She's telling him, I want you out of here because really the only thing that's tying me to this land is you. And when Red Sonja goes and confronts the Emperor, there is this moment. It's such a badass moment where when she confronts the Emperor, she tells him that yes, the people here only have rusty swords, but a rusty sword has no problem killing a man. And at that moment, I was just like, I love Red Sonja. This book shows you some maps of the land, and it makes you get an idea of the geography and what Red Sonja is planning on doing on confronting this empire. Everything in this book, I highly enjoy. If you were disappointed in Marvel's new Conan books, Red Sonja is where to be. Because this book blew me away. And also, I'm going to start to do a semi-grading system. It's either buy it now, wait, or it's either buy it now, trade wait, or don't bother. And this one is a buy it now. Also, there's another one, Comicology, buy it on sale. I think it'll be trade wait, buy it on sale on Comicology, or, don't bother at all. $6 Million Man is, I never watched the television series. I think it takes place in the 1980s, I believe. I do know that Hollywood has been trying to make a $6 Million Man with Mark Wahlberg as the lead, but it really has gone nowhere. So this comic book comes out, and I was semi-interested. All I knew was the new number one, and it's always good to give those books a try. $6 Million Man is the story of this this girl who's in Asia, or I think she's in Japan, and she's found out information about Japan having nuclear weapons, or is it Korea? I don't remember which Asian country it is, but anyways, so she goes and contacts the CIA. The CIA now goes and sends the $6 Million Man, and a lot of this book takes place, especially the beginning, takes place of our main antagonist telling this girl, I'm the $6 Million Man. I'm a robot. Do you know I'm a robot? Because I'm a robot. And I got, I could have a beam come out of my eye. I could do all these different type of things. Let me drink some coffee. And I was like, okay. But it kept on going on and on and on. And I don't know. The writing in here was very much, it was corny at times. It really did not grab at me, but I could definitely tell that it was going for the tone of the television show. Even though I never watched the show, but I could just tell that it must be going for the corniness of the show. And then, of course, they go onto the beach, and they're about to go and look in on this whole entire operation, and they get spotted. And there's this weird moment where they get spotted, and our main guy goes and first off, they're spotted, and they're spotted right here, and then goes and he teleports almost to right over here. And I was like, okay, that was a little weird. I didn't know that was part of his powers, but he said he ran so quickly that, we just couldn't tell. And then, of course, he runs. The guy runs after him, and then all of a sudden, he's back behind our main character. And it was little things like that. I was just like, I don't know if the movement felt right to me. Like I don't know. There was something just weird about that one scene. I was just like, And of course, all of our main character is really confused by the whole entire ordeal, and so was I. And then they go and go and see this this bomb that's being produced, and really nothing much out of it. There's a big old fight scene that, of course, happens, but I felt like the action scenes were not really as dynamic as I was hoping. The dialogue was okay. This is definitely a book that I'm not going to be picking up issue number 2. I just didn't feel like I got as much out of it as I wanted to. But this is definitely one that I'm going to wait and see about issue number 2 once it goes down to $1.99 on Comixology, which will be after when issue number 3 is put out there. So this is definitely a book that I will say you can pass on and just wait until it's on sale on Comixology if you really are interested. But for me, I just felt like the action scenes just weren't really there, and sometimes this whole entire scenes with him running away from those goons just did not really do anything for me. And then I read Obey Me. Now this was the one book that I was most unsure about, yet I was just like, I try out anything new number 1. Well, this one's a new number 0. And we know that this thing is going to be based off of a video game. And so we have our main character, and which first thing when you look at the art is not up to par with anything what I expect. We have our main antagonist who has a contract with the devil, and she goes out and gets the souls of other people that have contracts with the devil. And her partner is his hellhound. A lot of banter between them back and forth, but otherwise I was just like, the dialogue is not really strong at all. And of course you can see the devil-like character right there telling them about their latest contract. And so our dynamic duo go out and try to go and collect the soul. And we get a little bit of her powers, and I was really just, the art just really kind of just took me out of it. A lot of times with each and every panel, there's just like a blue, there's not really anything in the background. It's very much just her in the foreground. A lot of shortcuts have been taken in this series, and the humor that's supposedly in here, I was just like, I was out. Obey Me is really only there to try to sell you on the story of this upcoming game. But after this one issue, I was just like, no, there's nothing of value here to keep me going on. So this is definitely one of those books I say, just pass on. Just if you see it and you're like, oh, I wonder if this is any good. No. Obey Me is one of those books, just stay away. And then finally, I got the book Astro Hustle, which is it's at times it definitely is a satire, but it's also a exploitation. It's like an exploitation film from the 1960s or 1970s. And here we start out with this group of aliens that look like they're about to have an orgy, and I was just like, okay, this is the type of book that I'm in for. And it was so weird and so out there that at the beginning I was just like, okay, I can definitely enjoy this. Of course, our space people, they're going out and they come upon a ship. And on the ship is supposedly a man that's wanted. And so they crash land the ship, and that's when we're introduced to our main character, who goes and gets himself stuck in prison. And that was when the book really kind of got a little strange for me. The tone shift in this book is so drastic, where once it seems like sexual exploitation film, and then it seems like a pirate film at one time. The tone just switches so drastically that I couldn't catch my breath to really get my grounding on what this book wants to be. Although I can say that the art I really am enjoying. The simplicity of some of the colors really works for it, but then I just like the light colors, and then the dark colors comes into play. I know that sounds like very first gradish, but there's something pleasing though to this comic. But of course, the tone switches so often that I really could not grab a hold of what this book wants to be. So with issue number 2, since this is only a 4-issue miniseries, I'm definitely going to finish it out because I think with the art alone, yeah, I could definitely finish it out. But the story-wise, you could take it or leave it. Either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. For me, it was just there. So Astro City Hustle is one of those ones I could definitely say trade weight. This is one you don't need at this very moment, but maybe once issue number 2 and issue number 3 comes out, it could be something a little bit more special. Alrighty, so those are the books that I read. Definitely recommend everyone go out and pick up Red Sonja, because Red Sonja is just amazing. And remember, I'm doing that giveaway of those comics, or a comic, or maybe I'll give you all 3, you never know. But go and leave me a comment down below. Let me know that of what book you were looking forward to, but just blew your expectations out of the water. So, my name's David Lee, and I'll be here tomorrow to do another video. And maybe, just maybe, my beard could be a little bit longer, because I really like that beard. But gotta go impress some people. Alright, I'll see you guys next time on the David Lee, My Comic Life. See